Good morning, evening, afternoon. I'm Tatocat. Welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Echoes, a Lucid9 Fangame. Previously, I killed my Ada. No one's very happy with me, but I did it. And now I'm dealing with the repercussions of disobeying orders and whatnot. And people are like, thousands and bajillions will die because of you. And I'm like, that's okay. DCIS didn't win. So I chose the green option first. But that didn't seem to go too well, so I'm going to choose the I had to send a message option. Also, I've discovered the little red lights happen when I load in. So when I load a game, I see like little... I don't think they do or mean anything, and I'm okay with it. It's just something I thought had to do with fighting or something, and it doesn't. I had to send a message to Limniscape, ma'am. If I didn't, they just keep jerking us around. This might be a situation where no matter what I choose, I will not win. Being jerked around was a concession required to receive. A concession required to receive Limniscape's support, operative. And you failed to make that concession happen. You failed to make that concession. Because of that, whatever help they could have given us and resolving the novel 40 situation is gone. Thanks to your pride and inability to hold your fire, they're going to sit back and do nothing while millions of people die. With all due respect, ma'am, that's appeasement, and you know it. A year before World War II, Czechoslovakia was given to the Nazis, and they didn't stop there. 4 years before the annexation of Canada, J.T. Shaw gave the United States the Yukon Territory, and they didn't stop there. If we give up our principle to play nice with DCIS while they abduct, murder, and torture people, you better damn well believe they won't stop there. I don't care if my decision kills billions. If the cost of Limniscape's support is setting a precedent, it sounded like I said precedent for them to fuck with us, and the cost of their support is too damn high. And what if you're wrong, operative? What if this virus stands to cause more suffering than your ethos stands to prevent? What if you're wrong? I stepped forward, pointing a trembling finger at the commander. Do you honestly believe that? Do you honestly believe that? DCIS is... Okay. Do you honestly believe that DCIS won't exploit us? That they won't use us as an unwitting agent to spread suffering and terror? I expected her to shut me up right then and there, but the anger on her face just fades without her uttering so much as a single word. The attitude towards you has dropped to 35 So yeah, it doesn't seem that there is a correct thing. Well, does she like me less with this option than she did with the other? Okay, that's 35. 35 point what? 35. Okay. Okay, let's go all the way back. Blue blue blue. Blue 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 blue. Doop doop doop. Morals and stuff. Your morals cost the people their lives. Is basically what this conversation is. Dang it. 35. So it's the same amount. But okay. I know it's not the green option. I had to do the right thing, but I had to send the message. Sounds a lot better. If we give in to them now, they're just going to make it worse in the future. And she seemed to slightly agree with me a bit more here. It makes me seem less naive and childish. See, there used to be like a skip thing, and I don't know where that has gone. I don't know if I accidentally moved it away with a menu thing or something. And then just click through. No, okay. No, operative. I suppose I don't. I feel like she seems less mad at me for this one, even though it says that she is actually mad at me. Regardless of our prior disagreement, I think we can both acknowledge that getting Limniscate support is now fully off the table. Fortunately, our situation has piqued the interest of some less conventional parties. Don't ask why or how, operative, but I've got a few long-standing business contacts inside the ILF. In the event that you made the choice that you did during your previous mission, the chairman suggested that we petition them for assistance in combating the novel 40 epidemic. I like this music, it's a bit creepy. Now that Limniscate and the Isamu meritocracy both consider us potentially hostile faction, we won't risk losing their support by cutting a deal with their public enemy, number one, especially if we keep that deal as low-key as we can. You want us to work with terrorists? Not officially, but yes. To save as many lives as we can, we need the help. We need all the help we can get. And the Novel 40 EALF and sorry, I'm just so used to saying Novel 40. And the ILF and EALF have some insanely powerful benefactors paying into or otherwise supporting their cause. Politicians and government agencies from the Himalayan Free States ignore them entirely. Punakha Foundries provides them with weapons and vehicles, and the New World Freedom Front Foundation does all of that and then some. Since the Ikaris founded it, a majority of the NWFF's income has become traceable back to Limniscate suits, most of whom were kicked out of the corporation for opposing its current management. And since the meritocracy was founded, our intel suggests that they become the ILF's biggest supporter. The Foundation sees Liberation Front's revolution as an investment. Their investment takes the form of terrorists' helpings on weakening Limniscate and the Isamu meritocracy. And the predicted return is a political and economic vacuum that they hope to eventually fill. I tried to go all the way up the ladder and talk to its leaders, but nobody knows who runs the Foundation now. And depending who you ask, Aya and Ikari are either dead, in custody, or hiding. At this point, getting access to their resources is only possible through negotiations with the ILF and EALF. There's also the Birdzone Collective, but petitioning them would be our partnership with KCOM would put our partnership with KCOM at risk. The reason I'm telling you all this is because a contact of mine pushed the intel I gave him up the ILF chain of command. And whatever he said was enough to make his commanding officer send a message to us. More specifically, operative, to you. Listen to this. The commander transmits an audio file to my iris visor. Upon opening it, I hear the first few words of a recorded message delivered by a heavily distorted, synthesized voice, and one that seems eerily familiar. Is this Blondie? Just in case.
Darth Vader muffling sounds. To tenured operative Lucid9 of the Special Services Division. My name is Spear. I represent the Isamu Liberation Front and speak with the authority of EALF HIGHCOM.
Really? Why? What's the real name of that?
On behalf of the 2nd Isamu Asymmetric Warfare Company.
I feel like it has to be her. She's the only one. Oh, I think she's the only one. Other Blondie also. What was his name? But he worked for Limniscate. The Karis. Right? Is that who they were? Is that what he was? You know, the Gaiva Mecher guy. Wait, Spear? Wasn't that the terrorist commander Hirga mentioned? The one with multiple DCIS strike teams currently trying to kill them. It could be him. Maybe it is him.
As I understand it, your corporation's attempt to gain Limniscate's
I'm just gonna mix them up. Why not?
assistance in developing a cure for novel 40 failed to spectacularly. But you should have expected that from the bloody outset.
I don't know if he's actually smart enough to do that, though. It's a disordered voice, anyways.
If what you saw inside the Citizens Conditioning Center is anything like the other DCIS facilities we've destroyed, it should be obvious that you know that no good can come from bending the knee to such a regime. Every time we've taken one down, We've seen levels of cruelty and brutality that would turn any free-thinking person to our cause.
Yeah.
It seems you've learned the hard way what happens when you stand in the way of that cruelty.
It sounds like Spear has multiple personalities. It's fine.
I wish I didn't have to kill hundreds of my people before you did. But you have my thanks for being faster than DCIS in more ways than one. It's difficult to say why this warden figure got you involved, but she's who I think she is. I doubt highly that guessing will be of any use, and I also doubt stopping her alone will be a simple task for either of us. I'll be blunt with you. The Isamu Liberation Front has been fighting a losing war from...
Oh wait, did she say familiar as in because we've heard this voice before? That's tricky. It's fine.
I'll be blunt with you. The Isamu Liberation Front has been fighting a losing war from the very beginning, despite their lack of support from decent, hard-working people of Limni Skates better equipped and better funded than we are. And it has caused lots of us to grow desperate to see an end to their oppression. Maeda and the soldiers under his command were among the most desperate of our people. Despite his clouded reason, he retained his charisma and was able to lead them to their deaths without much persuasion. They also failed to recognize that their equipment was sabotaged before they deployed it. A similar incident occurred when your trucks carrying immune serum were attacked. Our scouts had mistakenly identified it as a biological weapon, and the group responding lacked the presence of mind to confirm that prior to engaging you.
Like, I know they're terrible people, but as far as, like, they're like, yeah, the lessers of evil, it seems, you know?
Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't consider reaching out to the Special Services Division. But these are very abnormal times.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend?
We understand that the SSD is working on an expanded treatment program.
Got to move my mouse.
Expanded treatment program and investigating possible cures for the novel 40. Work the support that our support may be able to accelerate. This viral outbreak is a hindrance to all of us. We have no desire to let it continue unchecked.
Yeah, you tell that outbreak who's boss.
If the Lucid Cell was to assist us in accomplishing key strategic objectives, we could safely dedicate a large number of our suppliers, private sector research, and development slots to producing immune serum and finding ways to increase its effectiveness. Naturally, we can't offer this assistance of its place. We can't offer this assistance if it places our organization in danger. But if you are willing to help us settle our affairs with Lemniscate, we'll do the best we can to assist you. If you'd like to discuss this in person, I'll be waiting for you in the center from 0130 to 0600 later today. I've attached a series of directions to this audio message that will help you reach it without too much difficulty. Bring your armor and a weapon for self-defense if you'd like. But I would thank you to keep it modest. If you or your squad shows up with any heavy weapons, it will be difficult for me to convince those under my command that you are in attendance for business alone. I won't waste any more of your time, Operative. You know where to find me if you'd like to cause a stir.
I wouldn't mind causing a stir. Let's stir it. Let's shake it. Let's make a martini. The transmission ends. To my surprise, it sounded almost professional in some aspects. Yeah, I only went through 3 different voices. Can't say I was expecting much from terrorists, though. Get your gear together. ASAP, Operative. I'll clear you through the lockdown and meet you at the door to the cable car station. You're going off base, ma'am? I'm coming with you. As your commanding officer, I sent you on a mission you weren't ready for, and it's my duty to help resolve the consequences of that decision. And I want to know what the ILF is doing on corporate property, or why our econ team haven't found them yet. Grab your projects, parajets even, zip launcher, and SMG from the armory, Operative. We're getting to the bottom of this. Can I go and spend my points? I have lots of points. I want to spend those points. Been advised that I can do some things to make these battles a little bit easier if I spend my points. I also was told that if I chose to, I assume that's a choice Spartan Cupcake was talking about, but if I choose the other one, the things will go very differently. Like, that was a very big decision I made. So I will also go back and choose the other option. No, I don't want to kill him. I mean, I don't want to not kill him. I don't want him to suffer. Before I can ask her what she means by corporate property, the commander is gone. I suppose I can stomach the idea of working with terrorists if I need to. I can't say it's the kind of activity I'd want to put on my bucket list. Guess the best and only thing I can do now is follow her out there and see where this direction leads us, to where these directions lead us. You look well equipped, ma'am. Heading out on a need-to-know basis again? That's correct, Suzuki. You'll have to sit this one out and keep it off the record. Anyone here asks, tell them I'm in my office making some important calls. Understood, ma'am. The commander nods. Whenever you're ready, 9. Good luck out there, Doctor. His style's attitude towards you has increased to 65. See, he's how is the best. Douche weasel. If it's worth anything, there are some of us who believe you made the right decision. Me too. I also believe I made the right decision. Sal believes in me. That's all I need. We have cleared the city border, Commander. The DCIS patrol drones have yet to detect us, but I would nonetheless advise haste. Any viable landing zones, Eris? None, Commander. Not unless you wish to land on Airtree. This vessel's scanner data is currently being compromised by an unidentified material. I will require a moment to calibrate local optics for elevated exposure. Calibration complete. I have detected suitable landing site in a clearing south-southwest of here. Distance to target 900 meters. Please proceed when you are ready. No, the forest. The forest. The forest. Where stuff happens. People die. Red. So this is the Isamu forest. If I recall correctly, a large part of it used to occupy the majority of District 7. Now, though, it's mostly just home to indoor farmland in the form of massive corporate agrariums built in an awkward perimeter around the old grounds of Limney Skates Palace theme park. These days, that park is part of the East Nijikawa Mall, just outside the city, and I can see why they moved it. In addition to looking creepy as all hell, the plants here are known to give off chemicals that make the air poisonous, and that's putting aside the fact that most of Isamu's population thinks this place was the subject of some curse. It would make sense if Way Forward encouraged the idea of one in order to keep people out. After all, the corporation got its start harvesting the plants in this forest and now owns most of it due to its continued profitability. Even if they didn't, most of the plants here have hallucinogenic or neurotoxic properties. Anyone who came here unprepared would experience that for themselves, like the Limney Skate construction workers who were sent here without an air supply and developed permanent psychosis after a few days of exposure. All the scanner interference on top of that, this place almost seems designed to evoke the sanity of anyone who enters it. Ooh, creepy forest. So we'll see how this meeting with Spear goes, I assume, in the next episode.